Your 5 steps to change. How Adlerian Short-Term Therapy works. Welcome back. Our journey so far has been long, and I hope has given you a completely new perspective on yourself. We started with the basics, understanding the universal inferiority complex, that fundamental feeling that is our driving force, but can also be a source of anxiety. Next, we delve into your personal lifestyle, that unique, hidden script you wrote in very early childhood that still guides your actions today, often without your awareness. And in our last meeting, we discovered the powerful force of social interest, where that true happiness and mental health lie in empathy and cooperation. These 3 pillars of Adlerian psychology are a foundation, but knowledge without action remains just a theory. It's like looking at a map without starting the journey. Today is the time to connect all these elements into a coherent, practical plan that will allow you to get moving. I want to show you how the Adlerian approach can serve as a fast, focused, goal-oriented blueprint for change, capable of breaking old patterns and strengthening your courage. Today, I will introduce you to the concept of Adlerian short-term therapy. It is not a magic pill, but a powerful action plan that, in just 5 steps, can help you reprogram your life so you can consciously start building a life based on courage, cooperation, and a real sense of worth. These will be 30 minutes that could define your new beginning. Part 1. The philosophy of Adlerian therapy and practice. A deeper look at the concrete. Adler, in his psychotherapy, was a revolutionary. Instead of having a patient lie on a couch for years, he sought a quick path to solving the problem. He believed that if we help a person become aware of the purpose of their problem and provide them with tools for change, they can quickly break the vicious cycle. This approach is based on several key assumptions that we have already touched upon, but today we will see them in a new light from the perspective of practical change. Purposefulness and the future. This is the most important principle. Adler believed that every problem you have, every difficulty, every anxiety, is not random. It is an expression of a hidden, unconscious purpose. Think about your chronic procrastination. On a conscious level, you want to act, but unconsciously, your procrastination has a hidden purpose. For example, it protects you from potential failure and criticism. This is a much more effective approach than asking, "Why do I feel this way?" The real question is, what purpose does this feeling serve me? This question opens a door to understanding and change. In this therapy, we do not dwell on the past or reconstruct it, but to understand how to guide ourselves toward the future. The past is the map, but the future is a destination. Lifestyle, Lebensstil the therapy, focuses on examining your lifestyle, those early, often made before the age of 6, unconscious decisions that form your private logic. By understanding this logic, for example, I am only valuable when I am perfect, we can consciously start changing its dysfunctional parts. It's like locating a bug in software that causes a program to crash. Once you find it, you can fix it. Social interest. Gemeinschaftsgefühl Adler believed that all psychological problems are essentially social problems. While what troubles you may seem like an internal fear or sadness, in essence, it is an expression of a feeling of isolation and a lack of belonging. Therefore, the goal of therapy is to strengthen your empathy and willingness to cooperate, because it is precisely in the feeling of being part of something bigger that the true solution lies. Encouragement. This is the heart of Adlerian intervention and the key to any change. Encouragement is a belief in you and your abilities. It's helping you see that you can act despite the fear, not just when it's absent. This is a fundamental difference between encouragement and praise. Praise says, "You are great because you did this," which makes you dependent on external validation. Encouragement says, "I'm impressed with your effort," which strengthens faith in your own abilities in the process, not just the result. This gives you the courage for further attempts. Part 2, the 5-session blueprint for change, step by step. Now let's get down to the specifics, to your personal 5-session plan. You don't have to complete them all within 5 weeks. This is a flexible blueprint that you can apply on your own at your own pace. Session 1, diagnosing your lifestyle. Goal, understanding where you come from in your unique form. How to do it. We start by looking at your early memories. Please close your eyes for a moment. Think about your earliest, first memory you can recall. What happened in it? Where were you? Who was with you? How did you feel? For example, maybe you remember falling while trying to run and feeling helpless, and your mom immediately picked you up. Or maybe you remember breaking a toy and feeling terrible, and no one came to help you. These memories, although they may seem random, are like snapshots that reveal your private logic, your first unconscious conclusions about life. Session 2, identifying your private logic. Goal, a deeper look into your software. How to do it. Once you have these memories, it's time to analyze them. Instead of thinking I'm worthless, ask, what logic is behind this thought? The question, what purpose does this feeling serve me, is crucial here. Maybe your thought of being worthless serves to help you avoid difficult tasks, because then no one can criticize you. Or maybe your avoidance of intimacy serves to prevent anyone from hurting you. Task. For a week, keep a journal of situations where you felt fear, frustration, or a sense of inferiority. Write down what you felt, what thought you had just before, and what you did and did not do in that situation. This will reveal your unconscious pattern. Session 3, formulating new goals. Goal, change in direction from unconscious to conscious. How to do it. Once you have identified your old, unhelpful patterns, it's time for a conscious change. Create SMART goals, a simple tool anyone can use. S, specific. Instead of "I'll be brave," say, "I will say hello to my neighbor this week." M, measurable. Instead of "I'll be healthier," say, "I will exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes. A, attainable. The goal must be achievable. R, relevant. The goal must be important and relevant to you. T, time-bound. You must specify a time frame for achieving it. And then the most important part, the active exercise. Behave as if you are already confident and brave. Even if you feel fear, do it. For example, if you are afraid of a job interview, imagine you already got the job. How would you dress? How would you speak? How would you move? Action precedes feeling. Session 4, strengthening social interest. Goal, breaking isolation and drawing strength from relationships. How to do it. As we know, a sense of inferiority is easiest to overcome when we direct our attention outward. Create a plan for small acts of cooperation and help. They don't have to be heroic. Smile at someone in the elevator. Hold the door. Send someone a nice message. Offer to help a colleague. Every such act builds your sense of worth and belonging. This is also a moment for an encouragement session. Remind yourself of your strengths. Write down what you did well this week and celebrate those small victories. Session 5. Consolidating changes and preventing relapse. Goal: preparing for the future. How to do it. Summarize your progress. Notice how your thinking has changed, how you feel more courageous. Realize that you are the driving force of this change. Prepare a personal what's next plan. What are the next goals you want to set? And what will you do in a crisis situation when the old fear returns? You will remind yourself that it's just an old script, and you will use your new tools, your journal, the act as if exercise, or small acts of cooperation. Part 3. Your personal self-help toolkit. What is wonderful about this approach is that you can work with it on your own. Here is your personal toolkit, ready to use. Early Memories Journal. How it works. Get a notebook. Write down 3 to 5 of your first, oldest memories. Focus on what happened, what you felt, and what you remember from the situation. Write only the facts. These memories are like a fingerprint of your private logic. Read them and ask yourself, what conclusion did I draw from this as a small child about the world and other people? The active exercise: behave as if you already are. How it works. In a situation that causes you anxiety, pause for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, how would someone who feels confident in this situation behave? And just do it. Make the call, have the conversation, smile, behave as if you are already brave, and the feeling of confidence will follow the action. Small acts of cooperation. How it works. Every day for a week, do one simple thing for someone. Just one. A smile, a compliment. Help with a small task. Write it down in your journal. Feel how this strengthens your sense of worth. The encouragement technique. How it works. Make a list of your strengths, even the smallest ones. Maybe you are a good listener. Maybe you are punctual. Maybe you are a good cook. Every morning, choose one trait from the list and say to yourself, I am good at name of trait. This is my strength. The SMART plan. How it works. Use it to formulate all your goals. Instead of I will eat healthy, say, this week I will eat 5 servings of vegetables every day. This makes your goal clear, measurable, and realistic, and you have a clear action plan. Summary and conclusion. Today, we have connected all the pieces of the puzzle. We have understood that your fear and your patterns are not a sentence, but a script that you can rewrite. Adlerian Short-Term Therapy shows that you don't have to dwell on the past. You have the power in 5 simple steps, using these tools, to direct your life in a new, brave, and cooperative direction. Your life is not predetermined. Your courage is not a trait you are born with. It is a muscle you can train. Start today. Take the first step. If this monologue has inspired you to take on this 5-session challenge and start writing your new script, click subscribe to join our community. Write in the comments below which self-help tool you will start your journey with. Let this be your first conscious act to change. Thank you for your time and trust.